Academic Challenge, brought to you by Bowling Green State University and NBC 24. From the studios of WBGU TV, here's your host, Norm Van Ness.
And welcome to our very first game of Academic Challenge. As mentioned, we are here on the fabulous campus of Bowling Green State University at the WBGU studios. I'm your host, Norm Van Ness. Today's competition, as mentioned, our very first game of Academic Challenge, and we're happy that you've been able to join us. We're also happy to welcome our two contestant schools this morning, students from Bowling Green High School here in Bowling Green, Ohio, and students from Clay High School here as well. Our first round is going to be a classic buzz-in round. The way it works, it will be 3 minutes in length. The first team to buzz in gets to answer the question. Correct answers will be worth 10 points. Incorrect answers, minus 10 points. This is the only round in which points will be deducted. Teams can buzz in at any time. The question will not be finished, however, once you buzz in. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get started with round one here in our Academic Challenge. Our first question. What city in what state is best known as the boyhood home of Mark Twain? Bowling Green.
Hannibal, Missouri.
Hannibal, Missouri is correct. 10 points. Our next question. What's the term for the small number placed above and at the right of another number to show how many? Bowling Green.
An exponent.
An exponent. That is correct. Next question. The line, "Shot heard round the world," comes from a poem called Concord Hymn, written by who? No guess on that one. The correct answer, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Next question. What islands in the Pacific Ocean sit about halfway between California and Japan, thus their name? Clay.
The Midway Islands.
The Midway Islands is correct. Next question. What is the branch of medical science that deals with problems and management of pregnancy and labor? No try on that one. The correct answer is obstetrics. Obstetrics. Our next question. According to the original U.S. Constitution, each slave would be counted as how much, Clay?
3/5.
3/5 is the correct answer. Our next question. Actor Mark Hamill is best known as playing what character? Bowling Green.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker is correct. What was Daniel Defoe's most famous novel? Bowling Green.
The Three Musketeers.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Robinson Crusoe, minus 10 points. Next question. What galaxy is the home of our solar system? Clay.
The Milky Way.
The Milky Way is correct. Vocabulary under the letter T. A swift, violent stream, especially of water. Clay.
Tributary.
That is incorrect. We were looking for torrent. Torrent. Our next question. Who was Commander-in-Chief of the British forces at the start of the American Revolution? No answer on that one. The correct answer, William Howe. William Howe. Our next question. The main role in what major class of cells in the nervous system is to process and transmit information? Clay.
Would it be a nerve cell?
That is incorrect. We were looking for neurons. Minus 10 points. Bob and Pam ordered an 18-slice pizza, then ate 6 slices. In the simplest form, what fraction of the pizza? Bowling Green.
1/3.
1/3 is correct. What historical novel by Jennifer Donnelly is based around the Big Moose Lake murder case of 1906? And that will end our buzz-in round. The current score, Clay with 10 points, Bowling Green currently in the lead with 30 points. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with our second round and meet our contestants right after this. And welcome back to today's version of Academic Challenge. We're going to meet our contestants before we begin our next round. That will be our volleyball round, and we're going to start with our friends from Clay High School. Please introduce yourself first and then introduce the other members on your team.
I am Chief Buccaneer Randy Alinsky. This is Tim the Swaim, Abby Give Up the Zunk, Stephen SWG Ozarzak, and Mother Hen Katie Riley, and we're all juniors.
All juniors from Clay High School. Thank you guys for being here with us today. Now we want to meet our other team competing in today's challenge. This is going to be Bowling Green High School. Introduce yourself and introduce the other members on your team.
I'm sophomore Duncan Richardson. Next to me is sophomore Joseph Young, junior Lee Sung Joe, sophomore Amy Fan, and junior Stephen Fisher, and freshman Hudson. Honestly, don't know your last name.
Hudson, give us your last name.
Hawkins.
Hudson Hawkins. Thank you, Bowling Green High School, for being here today. Again, it's Bowling Green and Clay. We'll take a quick second here to explain our rules for the volleyball round. This will be a 3-minute and 30-second round. A team will be asked a question. They get 10 points if they give the correct answer. If it's an incorrect answer, they don't lose any points, but then the opposing team will get a chance to answer the same question. If they get the question correct, they will then get their own next question. No more than 2 questions will be asked per team at any one time. However, the team with the fewest points will go first, and that will be Clay High School. So, Clay, this will be your question. Any of you can answer, by the way. Just go ahead and shout out the answer. The first question of our volleyball round. Who hosts the TV show Deal or No Deal?
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel is correct. We'll go to Bowling Green. In Norway, what do they call a narrow inlet of the sea bordered by steep cliffs?
Fjord.
A fjord is correct. Back to Oregon. Fe is the chemical symbol for
Iron.
what? Iron. Iron is correct. Back to Bowling Green. In what Dr. Seuss book does Gerald McGrew want to let all of the current animals free to find new, more bizarre ones? Your time is up. We'll give that question to Clay.
I had trouble finding my way to Salisalu.
That is an incorrect answer. Incorrect answer. The correct answer was if I ran the zoo. Now we go back to Clay. Clay gets their question. Vocabulary under the letter K. Bits of dry wood or other easily lighted material.
Kindle?
Kindling, I think we can accept that. Our judge is nodding, so that is a good answer. Back over to Bowling Green. If you mix yellow and blue together, what color do you get?
Green.
Green is a correct answer. Back over to Clay. In 1972, Richard Nixon was reelected to the presidency by defeating what Democratic challenger?
Barry Goldwater.
Barry Coldwater is incorrect. We'll give that question to Bowling Green.
Hubert Humphrey.
Hubert Humphrey is incorrect as well. George McGovern would have been the correct answer. Now we will go with Bowling Green. In what Scott Odell book is Navajo Indian girl Bright Morning captured by Spanish slavers, then forced to go with her people on the long walk?
Trail of Tears.
Trail of Tears is incorrect. We'll go to Clay.
Last of the Mohicans.
Last of the Mohicans is incorrect. Sing Down the Moon was the answer we were looking for. Back over to Clay. This is your question. In the song Do, Re, Mi, what is Re?
A drop of golden sun.
A drop of golden sun is correct. Over to Bowling Green. What unit of measurement is used to measure the intensity of sound?
Decibel.
Decibels is correct. Clay, your question. Vocabulary under the letter N, the Scandinavian group of languages.
Nordic.
Nordic or Norse, I heard both. We'll go with that. That is correct. Back to Bowling Green. In the spring of 1940, during World War II, from what French town were over 330,000 mostly British troops evacuated?
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk is correct. Clay, your question. What do you do when you run away secretly to get married?
Elope.
Elope is correct. Bowling Green. When talking about computers, what does CPU stand for?
Central Processing Unit.
Central Processing Unit is correct. Clay, back over to you. In what novel will you find Ichabod Crane?
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Legend of Sleepy Hollow is correct. Back to Bowling Green. What continent contains the world's highest waterfall, the longest mountain range, and the largest rainforest?
South America.
South America is correct. And that does conclude our volleyball round. The current score, Clay 80, Bowling Green 90. We now have a very close match as we go into round 3. That will be our lightning round. We'll enter that round coming up after another quick break. And welcome back to Academic Challenge. Today's contestants or contenders are from Clay High School and from Bowling Green High School. We're about to enter our lightning round, and we'll explain really quick how this round will work. These are 3-minute rounds. The teams get a chance to answer as many questions as possible. Correct answers will be worth 10 points. When the round ends, that question, even if I am in mid-question, will be tossed out. The team with the fewest points gets to go first. Our current score right now, Bowling Green with 90 points, Clay High School with 80 points. So Clay High School will go first. They got to choose which packet of questions they wanted to answer during the break, and Clay High School chose packet A, and we'll start with that. On this round, again, just go ahead and shout out the answers. If you want to pass, you can pass on the question, but you have to wait until I'm done with the question before you say pass. So Clay High School, when I ask the first question, you will be on the clock. Again, this is a 3-minute round. Question number 1. What was the capital of the Confederate States of America for most of the Civil War?
Richmond?
Richmond, Virginia is correct. Who left Mademoiselle magazine in 1991 and started their own line of stylish and sensible handbags?
Pass.
Pass on that one. Whose book was actually titled Diary of a Young Girl?
Anne Frank.
Anne Frank is correct. What is the outermost layer of skin called?
Epidermis?
Epidermis is correct. What's the square root of 169 plus 10?
23.
23 is correct. What state would you be in if you were visiting the Lowell Observatory?
Pass.
Pass. The correct answer was Arizona. What is the partial or total loss of memory caused by a brain injury?
Amnesia.
Amnesia is correct. What country won soccer's 2010 World Cup?
Spain.
Spain is correct. Announced in 1823, what was the U.S. policy called that expressed opposition to any European interference in the Western Hemisphere?
The Monroe Doctrine.
Monroe Doctrine
Doctrine,
is correct. Spell interference.
I-E-R-F-E-R-E-N-C-E.
That is correct. What is the capital of Michigan?
Lansing?
Lansing is correct. The Darling Children fly off on an adventure of a lifetime. In what J.M. Barrie play?
Peter Pan?
Peter Pan is correct. In a beehive, the job of which bee is to mate with the queen?
Pass.
Pass. The correct answer was drones. What's the author who created the fictional character, symbologist Robert Langdon?
Pass.
The correct answer was Dan Brown. Vocabulary under the letter N. Favoritism shown to relatives.
Nepotism?
Nepotism is correct. What band's hit single, I Got a Feeling, made it to #1?
Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas is correct. Astronomers refer to a spinning neutron star that emits radio waves as what?
White dwarf.
Incorrect. The correct answer is a pulsar. What's the term for the answer to a multiplication problem? Product is correct. Leading answer there. Who did Bill Clinton beat in the 1996 presidential election to ensure his second term in office?
Pass.
Pass.
The correct answer is Bob Dole. What author's first published novel was Sense and Sensibility?
Jane
Jane Austen.
Jane Austen is correct. Copenhagen is located in what country?
Denmark.
Denmark is correct. What was the name of Charles Lindbergh's plane that he flew across the Atlantic Ocean?
The Spirit of St. Louis.
Spirit of St. Louis is correct. In what movie does 7-year-old Olive qualify for a beauty pageant only to have her family accompany her, and that is the end. The correct answer for that one would have been Little Miss Sunshine. Clay doing a nice job there, all the way up to 240 points. They have raised the bar for Bowling Green. Bowling Green, you guys get packet B. 3 minutes once I ask the first question. Remember, go ahead and answer. If you want to pass, you have to wait until I complete the question. Bowling Green, when I ask this question, you will be on the clock for 3 minutes. And that question is, whose dogs were best associated with psychological conditioning?
Pavlov.
Pavlov's is correct. What U.S. state is officially named the Peach State?
Georgia.
Georgia is correct. Who resigned her position in the Patent Office to devote herself to the care of wounded soldiers during the U.S. Civil War?
Pass.
The correct answer is Clara Barton. What is 20% of 80?
20?
Incorrect. 16. What book begins with Pa, Ma, Mary, Laura, and baby Carrie leaving their house in Wisconsin and heading for Indian country?
Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie is correct. Obscured by thick clouds of sulfuric acid, what planet is sometimes called Earth's twin?
Venus.
Venus is correct. What band and its lead singer, Steven Tyler, first came to prominence with the hit Dream On?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith is correct. What great river of the world flows across the large plains of North India and empties into the Bay of Bengal?
Ganges River.
The Ganges is correct. In what city and state did Rosa Parks refuse to give up her bus seat?
Mobile, Alabama.
Incorrect. Montgomery, Alabama. What 1906 novel described the life of a family of Lithuanian immigrants working in Chicago's stockyards?
The Jungle.
The Jungle is correct. Used to create slideshows, what is the name of Microsoft's
Excel.
Incorrect. PowerPoint would be the correct answer. In the problem 3 minus 2 equals 1, what number is the subtrahend?
Pass.
Pass. The correct answer would be the 2. Vocabulary under the letter I. Existing, growing, or produced naturally in a garden or country, belonging to as a native.
Indigenous.
Indigenous is correct. Spell indigenous.
INDIGENOUS.
That is correct. What football team won the BCS championship game in both 2007 and 2009?
The Florida Gators.
Florida Gators is correct. What word in Spanish is used to express likes and dislikes, but what it actually means is to please?
Gustar.
Gustar is correct. In biology, what's the general term for the living substance inside a cell?
Pass.
Pass. Protoplasm is the correct answer. What sea separates Great Britain from the rest of Europe?
The North Sea.
North Sea is correct. Who wrote A Streetcar Named Desire?
Pass.
Tennessee Williams, the correct answer. Who was the first woman to be a candidate on a major party's presidential ticket?
Pass.
Geraldine Ferraro is the correct answer. And that will end our lightning round for Bowling Green. The current score, Bowling Green with 240 points, Clay with 210. Actually, that would be incorrect. I've got 210 for Bowling Green and 240 for Clay. So Clay out in the lead after our lightning round. We're going to take another quick break. We've got a very tight game here between Clay and Bowling Green, and when we come back, we'll have our final challenge. And welcome back to the BGSU NBC 24 Academic Challenge, our very first game, our inaugural game between Bowling Green and Clay. This will be the final challenge, and we'll explain the rules to this round. It's a 3-minute round. It is another buzz-in round. A correct answer will be worth 10 points. An incorrect answer, that question will then be offered to the other team. If the question was not completed before the team buzzed in, the team that gets to try to steal the question will get that question completed for them. As we enter the final challenge, the current score, Bowling Green 210, Clay with 240. So we have a very close game. Let's get down to it and enter our final challenge. Our first question, what gases in the periodic table are found to the far right-hand column? Clay.
The noble gases.
The noble gases is correct. What's 555 divided by 5 plus 5? Bowling Green.
115.
Incorrect. I'm sorry, we were supposed to give that to the other team. We'll just move on to the next question. This will be a buzz-in. Okay, we'll go ahead and give them the next question. That's what I'm being told by the judges. So, Clay, this question will be for you. Name the labor leader who was president of the American Federation of Labor from its founding in 1886 to his death in 1924.
His death.
I'm not sure if we get anything.
I feel like we learned this last.
Maybe 116.
Time is up. The correct answer was Samuel Gompers. This will be back to a buzzing question. Both teams eligible. Through what British town does the Prime Meridian pass? Clay.
Is it London?
That is incorrect. Bowling Green.
Greenwich?
Greenwich is correct. Very good. Next question. Whose number 99 was retired league-wide? Clay.
Wayne Gretzky?
Wayne Gretzky is correct. 2 minutes left in the round. What is the major female reproductive organ of most mammals? It's sometimes called the womb. Bowling Green.
Uterus.
The uterus is correct. Who composed Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita, and Phantom Clay?
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber is correct. Name the man who in 1848 suffered a brain injury which provided some of the first evidence that specific parts of the brain might be involved in specific psychological processes. Time's up. Correct answer is Phineas Gage. Next question. Who's the current Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court? Clay.
Samuel Alito.
That is incorrect. Bowling Green, would you like to try? No answer. John Roberts is the correct answer. Our next question. What building sits atop the Acropolis? Bowling Green.
The Parthenon.
The Parthenon is correct. Vocabulary under the letter V. Characterized by a lack of culture, refinement, taste, restraint, sensitivity. Bowling Green.
Vulgar.
Vulgar is correct. What's the tagline for the first game of the Halo series video games? Bowling Green.
Combat Evolved.
Combat Evolved is correct. Which president said in his inaugural address, the torch that has been passed to a new generation of Americans? Clay.
John F. Kennedy.
John Kennedy is correct. Vocabulary under A. Any of numerous freshwater, marine, or parasitic one-celled. Bowling Green.
Algae.
Incorrect. The full question, would you like the full question?
Yes, we would, please.
Under A, any of numerous freshwater, marine, or parasitic one-celled protozoa.
Is it amoeba?
Amoeba is correct, and that is the end of the round. Our final score with that question, 290 for Clay, Bowling Green 260. Our first game won by Clay. Congratulations. That completes our very first academic challenge. We thank you for watching. We've got another show coming right up, so stay tuned for our next academic challenge.